Falling people, listen up. It's never too late to change your life. So don't let them steal your life. Don't let them break your stride. It's a revolution.
Pop champagne, pop champagne, we pop champagne, we pop champagne.
LVMH is the conglomerate that owns Moët and Chandon. Other brands include Hennessy and Louis Vuitton. Moët and Chandon, along with Hennessy, merged with LVMH in 1971. The House of Moët and Chandon was established in 1743 and quickly became associated with high society. It was founded by Claude Moët and began with Moët sending his wine from the valleys of Champagne to King Louis XV's Paris. As an expert salesman, Moët became part of a select group of merchants accredited to serve the royal court. His grandson, John Remy Moët, set out to conquer the market and soon transformed Moët and Chandon to an international symbol of celebration, accomplishing his lifelong goal of sharing the magic of champagne with the world. King Louis XIV was also an early customer, while Queen Victoria later became a fan and awarded the brand the Royal Warrant in 1893. It has been considered a drink to be seen drinking, which is important for any champagne brand. Throughout their long history, Moët and Chandon has pioneered trends in bottling, glasses, and exclusive personalized editions of their champagnes. So what is it about Moët and Chandon which has made the champagne synonymous with luxury? Many believe its allure began with the introduction of vintage champagne in 1842 by Claude Moët himself. This was soon followed by their best-selling brand, Brut Imperial, which was to cement Moët name in French history. But Dom Perignon, the brand's most famous label, elevated Moët and Chandon to international success during the glamorous 1920s and 30s. The Dom Perignon brand is named after the French father of champagne, a Benedict monk remembered as an important character in the history of champagne making, who pioneered a number of winemaking techniques around 1670. However, what made Dom Perignon a household name was its position as one of the first vintage champagnes. Moët and Chandon insisted that all vintage champagnes need at least 12 years aging to nurture Dom Perignon's signature silky mousse, a process taken with full care and attention. But since Dom Perignon, Moët and Chandon have had equal successful ventures, such as establishing Domaine Chandon in California's Napa Valley in 1973 and in Australia's Yarra Valley in 1986. In 2013, Moët and Chandon installed the world's first champagne vending machine at Selfridges, renowned Christmas emporium, creating an international demand for luxury vending machines. Each miniature bespoke bottle is lavishly adored in mini Swarovski crystals and lowered by a golden robotic arm. In 2013, we saw the release of Moët and Chandon's MCIII, an innovative and dynamic blend of vintage wine from the house's best years. This MCIII is the most exquisite jewel in Moët and Chandon's crown, with each bottle of champagne a unique blend matured in 3 different aging environments. Their centuries of expertise have created a truly tantalizing experience in this full-body champagne, with distinct and individual layers. This spine-tingling flavors are accompanied just as riveting aromas. Moët and Chandon's vineyards span a total of 1,190 hectares of rich limestone soil, making it by far the largest vineyard in Champagne. It extends more than 28 kilometers, and they also have a subterranean labyrinth where their wine metamorphoses under optimum conditions of humidity and temperature. Fun fact, a Moët and Chandon corks pop somewhere on Earth every single second.
A brand portfolio is defined as a set of all brands and brand lines a company possesses. Providing a brand portfolio benefits a company by maximizing market coverage in which market segments can be covered. Secondly, brand overlap is minimized so brands are aware of not entering competition against themselves. And thirdly, every brand should have added value to the company. There are 4 main functions of a brand portfolio, which include Bastion, Flanker, Fighter, and Prestige. Bastion provides the most profit for a company. It often follows a premium price strategy, are characterized by a high level of psychosocial meaning and are generally considered as high-performance products. Moët and Chandon's Bastion product is the Imperial Brut due to its popularity and the brand's most common product. Flanker follows a similar price-profit ratio as the Bastion brand. It is also characterized by a high psychosocial meaning and perceived performance level, but usually to a different, smaller market segment or niche market. The Imperial line consists of nearly a dozen products, including Moët Imperial, Rose Imperial, Ice Imperial, Ice Rose Imperial, Reserve Imperial, Nectar Imperial, Nectar Imperial Rose, Grand Vintage 2008, and Grand Vintage Rose 2008. A fighter brands are sold at a lower price, situated between the price of the Bastion and discount product. Its quality perception is usually lower than the Bastion and flanker brands. Moët and Chandon's fighter brand is Chandon. And finally, prestige. Products are high quality, luxurious, and targeted at a smaller segment, usually for a status and high psychosocial meaning. Moët and Chandon's prestige product is Dom Perignon.
The CBBE pyramid, or the consumer-based brand equity model, aims to break down a brand's resonance with its customers. This is an example of Moët and Chandon Imperial Champagne. The concept behind the brand equity model is simple. In order to build a strong brand, you must shape how customers think and feel about your product. You have to build the right type of experiences around your brand so that customers have specific positive thoughts, feelings, beliefs, opinions, and perceptions about it. The base of the pyramid is the company's salience, or who the company is. Its deep brand awareness. For Moët Imperial Champagne, the salience is that the company has an iconic champagne. It has historic ties in being over 270 years old. The logo is very prominent in being in all caps and bold lettering, and the packaging is simple and elegant bottling. The next aspect of the product is its performance. How does the product perform? And its points of parity and difference. For Moët and Chandon Champagne, it is known for being a high-quality champagne that is widely available throughout the world and has a worldwide consistent taste, in it being only made in one champagne house in France and distributed and shipped throughout the world. The imagery is the impact of the image of the product, or the points of difference. For Moët and Chandon Champagne, the big Moët on the bottle is widely seen, along with the unique labeling and the fact that it is used to celebrate, as such seen on TV and other medias with the bottle. The next stage is the judgments and feeling. What about the product and its positive feedback? For Moët Champagne, it's a trustworthy brand that is high quality and has brand superiority. For the feelings, it gives you a social status, classy, and fun vibes. And at the top of the pyramid is the brand resonance. What about you and me? And its intense active loyalty. For Moët Imperial Champagne, it is known to have repeated purchase, a strong following due to its historicness, a positive experience with celebration, and the company wants to meet you, in that it wants you to come to its vineyard, which is highly marketed on the website.
In this next section of the video, I'll be looking further at the brand's strategic mission and look at their brand identity prism as well. Moët and Chandon has been associated with the sparkle of success and glamour ever since the house was founded. Their mission, founded by Jean Remy Moët, the grandson of the founder, was to share the magic of champagne with the world. A man with true spirit of achievement and leadership, it was up to him that they owed their reputation as the world's most loved champagne brand. Moët and Chandon has been passing down unequaled winemaking techniques and an innovative and pioneering spirit from generation to generation. Undoubtedly, it is Moët and Chandon's legendary heritage and its innovatively forward thinking that has contributed to its success as a luxury brand. Moët and Chandon is synonymous with the most exquisite of traditions and the most modern innovations. Moët and Chandon has been inventing new ways of celebrating champagne for nearly 270 years. Next, I'll be talking about the brand identity prism, and it is an easy and simple way to articulate a brand's identity. It is broken up into two parts. One side are the marketer and the sender, and the other are the consumer and the recipient. There are 6 areas in the brand identity prism: physique, personality, relationship, culture, reflection, and self-image. Starting with physique, it involves looking at the characteristics of the Moët and Chandon Imperial bottle. Being a vintage wine, the physique is often considered exclusive and sophisticated, with stars on the label, gold wrapping encasing the lid, gold accents throughout the packaging as well. Being the oldest and most recognizable champagne, it is logical people have feelings of elegance and success when drinking Moët and Chandon. In contrast, personality focuses on brand character traits perceived by the consumer. For Moët and Chandon, their personality would represent class, sophistication, and creativity. Values and principles a brand stands for would be defined as brand culture. And for this company, their brand culture would be based on being the best champagne makers in the world and striving for excellence. It would also be based around tradition and their historical remembrance in society. Being the oldest and most recognizable champagne, it is logical that people have feelings of elegance and success when drinking it. When most people think of Moët and Chandon, they think of extravagance, and it has been an ultimate signifier of wealth throughout history. The relationship portion of the prism stands for the connection between themselves and the consumers, and represents belief and associations in the real world. Moët and Chandon have a trustworthy kind of relationship and considered to be reliable to its customers. The brand also shares the emotion of celebration and is a large part of their relationships. Self-image is the next consumer-based category, and Moët and Chandon consumers perceive themselves as successful, elegant, and with a high social status. Reflection refers to a customer that reflects the particular brand. In this case, customer reflection would be of decadence and glamour because of their luxury status of Moët and Chandon. In contrast, personality focuses on brand character traits perceived by the consumer. For Moët and Chandon, their personality would represent class, sophistication, and creativity. Values and principles a brand stands for would be defined as brand culture. And for this company, their brand culture would be based on being the best champagne makers in the world and striving for excellence. It would also be based around tradition and their historical remembrance in society.
Moët and Chandon uses celebrities and icons to increase the awareness of the Moët brand in circumstances such as sponsored parties for celebrities, artists, and athletes' achievements. Moët and Chandon holds true to the other luxury brands through the use of brand ambassadors. For Moët and Chandon, their main global brand ambassador is Swiss national tennis legend Roger Federer. Brand ambassadors are a newer approach to marketing a product, and when done right, give the essence of what the company's personality is by giving the brand a relatable face for customers. Moët chose Roger Federer as he emits much of what Moët and Chandon brand personality values, such as excitement, which is depicted as imaginative and up-to-date spirit, competence with being reliable and successful, and sophistication that renders an upper-class and charming aspect. Moët and Chandon has also used celebrities such as Scarlett Johansson in the past as global brand ambassadors. Moët and Chandon uses social media to reach out to their followers. One of their pages is their Instagram, where Moët has 318,000 followers just for its USA account, and it has multiple accounts for its different countries. Moët uses pictures of high quality pictures of champagne and young people consuming their product. Their Twitter page has 52,000 followers and posts things that are relevant to the company currently, such as their association with other sports teams and what is going on with the company. Their Facebook page has over 172,000 followers, and it posts basically what is on the Twitter and what is on their Instagram, so it can reach the Facebook medium. And finally, their YouTube channel has almost 4,000 subscribers, and the videos they post are high quality photos and videos of what the company wants their people to see.
Moët and Chandon need to develop innovative promotional and marketing communication activities in order to keep up with competitors and to maintain relevant in a changing millennial market. A few recommendations they could use is to collaborate with blogs and vloggers in order to get the attention of their market. They could also develop better review pages for consumers and future consumers who are skeptical for their first purchase of Chandon's product.
My recommendation for Moët and Chandon would be to enter itself more into the realm of sports, in the sense that it could sponsor more sporting events, like in the entire sporting event instead of just doing the after party. It also could increase its usage in brand ambassadors beyond just Roger Federer, and expand into more athletes that fit the luxury status that Moët and Chandon has. And the third would be to sponsor itself more in the celebration aspect of sports.
Next, I'll be talking about recommendations I feel will personally enhance the brand, and one of them is through a brand extension in the form of creating champagne chocolates. For its luxury champagne, and has endured massive success throughout the years. Its most recognized product is the vintage Moët & Chandon Brut Imperial. I believe a brand extension will help Moët & Chandon remain significant among changing marketplaces. It can offer a new channel for them to grow and expand their business. A brand extension will allow the company to go beyond a luxury drink market and enable Moët & Chandon to capitalize on their company's most valuable asset, the brand. Having a strong customer base is a major factor behind what can make a brand extension successful. And Moët & Chandon has one of the largest customer bases in the champagne market because of its long history and associations with royalty.